G'day guys, how you going? This is the way I've taught myself to do around the world as far as a boat driver goes. This is a real boat driver's trick. Yeah, you got to have a good wakeboarder, but they don't have to be super good. But you got to be good at driving and get the driving spot on, because if you don't get the driving spot on, you're not going to keep a tight rope and you're not going to keep it all together for the wakeboard. It doesn't matter how good the wakeboarder is. If you don't give him rope to the right length, he can't do anything with it. So the way I found it, I did this from practicing and playing in the river. I actually haven't been taught this. I don't know how to do it properly, but this is what works for me. So it's a guide, not a rule. If people have got better ways, good on them. This is the way I do it, and it seems to work for me. So the way I do it, 22 mile an hour, I found that's the best speed to start with. And then you start your turn to a whip before he leaves the wake. So you start straight away, and then he pulls out after that. A normal whip, don't go real super tight, just a normal whip, and start throwing him out. He starts looking for his own water and he's got to head away. What I do is I turn the boat to approximately 90 degrees, okay, from where I was travelling, about 90 degrees. Keep a constant pace. At that, you will accelerate a bit because you're going around a corner. But what I do then is I start in this yellow section here, I decelerate, turn tight and accelerate into a river turn. So the boat just flicks around, the nose drops down in the water, and once the nose drops down, you accelerate, brings the arse of the boat up a bit and turns you around on a dime, and then you get up it. You stand on it, you bring it up, because by this stage here, he's over here, he's now running out of room, running out of distance and running out of rope. So you got to stand on it, and when you stand on it, that starts pulling the rope up tight again, and it starts pulling him back around and giving him momentum again. Now, once you're giving him momentum, you're now heading him up towards this way, towards your wake. You're going to be throwing waves up through your wake. He's going to hit that wake at a fair pace if you don't back off. So you've got to back off in this area here, down about 12 mile an hour. So you've got to keep going, but you're not going fast, and then take him through that. If you don't back off there, you're going to launch him and you're going to put him up into the middle of the campgrounds. You're going to put him up into a tree. Don't get me wrong, it's really, really funny, but probably not the best thing to happen, especially if your wife's in the boat with you. And then once she's into the wake, you can then start accelerating again, and you get it back up to 22 mile an hour and soldier on. This is a system that I use. Seems to work for me. I'll put a couple of videos up and see how you go. Righto, here we are out on the water. You can see, pulled him into the wake. I'll start turning the boat straight away. He cuts as well. Boat's accelerating, turns the corner, around the world he goes. I've decelerated on the turn, now accelerating now, then decelerate again now, and then accelerate back up again. Pull him around hard again, so I'm accelerating here, decelerate and turn. Then once I've turned him, I now accelerate and pull the rope tight again, then decelerate here, like to launch him, then I accelerate up to 20 mile an hour again. Here it is from the skier's point of view, turning the corner, accelerating, decelerate and turn tight. Now I give him a gutful to pull him, now back right off to launch him, and now pull it back up again to get him up to